within this bill.
Point of order, James Meager.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, I apologise for interrupting the member, but the member does have logos, political party logos on the back of their laptop, and that's not allowed on the surface of the table in the House.
That is correct. So the member, but is the member reading from her speech? She can put, just to prevent the sensibilities of some in the House, if you could just resume what you're doing, that would be good. Thank you.
Just say it's Māori. Mark, is this okay?
No, that's sufficient what we have there, what you have there.
Okay.
The member is actually correct. So.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Stop it.
Thanks.
I won't conduct a referendum of the House to see whether that is sufficient. I'll rule that that is sufficient. So the member may continue. The member may continue.
Okay. I just lost my train of thought. Hold on.
In fact, I'll allow the member to start again if she likes.
Gather my thoughts.
We'll go back to 5 minutes.
Okay, so I say, now where's my seat at this table? I left the council that day demanding a seat for our people. The next reading, there was a unanimous support for the wards.
A point of order, Cameron Luxton.
Sorry, Mr. Chair. There was a ruling earlier by a member of the House sitting in your seat along the lines of political displays of party branding shouldn't be allowed in the House, and there was a move to cover it up.
That's right. There was an attempt to cover it up. Are you able to do that again? Speaking to the point of order.
Point of order.
Dr. Duncan Webb.
Stood up has a lapel pin on with the Ag Party on
absolutely.
it. And yet another political slogan. And to be perfectly honest, I can barely see the Te Pāti Māori and honour to treaty. If the opposition is so fearful of those things, I can see why they might not want to face up to them. But it's hardly an affront to this House for that member to speak from her laptop with those things on it, and I find it absolutely appalling that these members are trying to intervene and interrupt her as she speaks.
Speaking to the point of order, Hana-Rawhiti.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. I've actually seen many different stickers and logos throughout this whole time I've been in Parliament on this computer, and this is the first time I've ever seen that I've been point of order.
Just for consistency with the House and consistency with the previous ruling of the chair that just vacated the chair, he did stipulate that you could cover it up, and so just for consistency's sake in this case, where was the thing that was there that covered it up last time?
Point of order.
Point of order. Speaking to the point of order.
Can you show me in the standing orders that the stuff on this computer is offensive? We've got somebody who's wearing an act lapel up the back there. We've had many of others who wear those particular pins. Can you show me in the standing orders where this is not allowed? Show me that.
I just want to deal with this point of order first. What I want to do is uphold the ruling of the previous chair, and which is in line with Speaker's rulings and standing orders. That ruling was already made. It is important for us to have consistency in the House, and my understanding of that ruling was to, in this case, cover that up. If you do want to take another point of order in terms of other political displays in the House, happy to do so. But I think in terms of the consistency with the previous chair, it's important that we have that consistency in the House. Speaking to the point of order, Rawhiti.
I understand that the chair made a ruling. I just want you to clarify the ruling so that we understand that, and we would quite happily do that. But the thing is, it just says the word Māori. It doesn't say anything more than that. So if it says Te Pāti Māori, I would agree. But it just says Māori. So if you can let me know how this aligns with standing orders, that would be much appreciated.
Let me just deal with this. I am getting some. Let me deal with this point of order first. No, that's fine. Please sit down. I'm getting some advice from the clerk. I'm just looking at Speaker's rulings, number 62/3. Slogans are not to be visible from the floor of the House.
It's not a slogan.
And also
Being Māori is not a slogan.
20/5. Political logos are not to be used as, and this is standing order, Speaker's rulings 20/5. Political logos are not to be used as part of this House. 2, this House looks like it has decorum because they're not covered in boxes with party labels on them. And I'm therefore ruling from now on that boxes and party covers with labels be left in benches and not put on top. What would restore decorum in the House? Because my understanding is if I can't see it, then that's fine as well. If you just push it forward a little bit, we can keep going. No, I'm ruling on this. Please move that forward now. And if you want to take another point of order, thank you very much. If you want to take another point of order on other aspects, fine to do so. Is this about a new point of order? Because they've already...
It's a point of order that I've called and that should be taken.
Is this a new point of order though?
No, it's a point of order in relation to the ruling that you're making. I just want to make it very clear, Mr. Chair. No one on the side at all.
This ruling has been made. Please.
No one at all is offended by what's on the computer. It was
I
Trevor
have made
Mallard
the ruling.
that
You
made
will
that
be seated unless you're taking another point of order, a new point of order. You may continue. A new point of order. This is a new point of order?
So this is a new point of order.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, quite simply...
And while you do this, I would like you to specify the Speaker's ruling and the standing order.
My point of order is quite simply this, Mr. Chair, is that there's been allegations made towards parties on this side of the House by the opposition parties to say that we're somehow offended by what's on the computer. That's not the case at all. Quite simply, it was the case that the Speaker, Trevor Mallard, ruled that we can't have, and it was a ruling against the National Party and Labor because we used to have...
this is not a point of order. This is not a point of order. The member will be seated.
That was what happened.
Hana-Rawhiti Maipi, you may continue.
A new point of order. Yes, thank you.
Debacle.
I am aware that we have had a member of the ACT Party stand up and speak 2 or 3 times this point of order, and he's currently wearing an ACT badge on his lapel. I'd like to ask that is put up. That is something that can be seen not only by the Speaker but also on the camera. That is something that we ask that the Speaker make a ruling on and ask for it to be removed. On that note, we are also offended by the blue suits that are in this House because we believe that those blue suits are indicative of a blue party.
Thank you for the point of order.
We would ask that they all remove their clothing.
Thank you for the point of order. I will now make a... Are you speaking to this point of order? Are you speaking to this point of order? Yes, speaking to the point of order,
Mr. Chair. I just want to clarify with you because obviously there's a lot of talk of the politics of all of this and the challenges, so I'm just being really cautious. I am wearing a political symbol this evening, Mr. Chair. I actually have a rainbow pin on my... Should I remove this or would you like me to leave it on? I just want to clarify that for the House.
This is trifling. That is not a political logo. My understanding is if I can't see the political logo, then this ruling doesn't apply. I have progressive glasses and they don't go that far back, so we are fine. Hana-Rawhiti Maipi, do you wish to continue your intervention? Time to move on.
I runga I tau kurirohiko, ko ngā kupu e toru. Taiao, Māori, toitu te tiriti.
Is this a new point of order?
It's a point of order.
Is this a new point of order?
Yes, it is a new point of order. It is, Mr. Chair.
A point of order.
I've just had the senior whip or the Leader of the House just ask me to take a point of order to clarify what we're talking about. Quite simply to clarify this. Is that the Speaker, Trevor Mallard, made a ruling in this House that parties were not to display party logos. We have no problem with that at all. I'm completely relaxed with that. I just wanted to clarify for this Leader of the House who asked me, that was the ruling by the Speaker, Trevor Mallard.
Can I invite that member to maybe step out into the hallway and seek that clarification face to face? Hana-Rawhiti Maipi, please continue. Is this a new point of order, Honourable Kerry McNulty?
It is. I'm concerned that the House has lost decorum here. And it is not actually within Speaker's rulings to accept or fabricate an invitation from another member in order to justify a point of order. What concerns me is, well, for the sake of clarity...
Focus, talk to the Chair.
Certainly. For the sake of clarity, Mr Chair, I did not invite the Honourable Mark Mitchell to make a point of order. I was making the point that in 7 years in this Parliament I haven't seen him make a successful one. However, I haven't. Just taken. Sir, I'll come to the point now. What concerns me...
This is not a point of order. Order. I'm on my feet now. If members want to seek clarifications from each other, the hallway. Now we are moving on. Hana-Rawhiti Maipi.
Can I start again, please? May I start again?
You may.
I start my 5 minutes again? Hold on. Tēnā rā koe te pika o tira, tēnā rā tātou e te whare. I runga I tōku rorohiko ko ngā kupu e toru, ko te taiao Māori toitu te tiriti. E hara ko ngā kupu e whakakinaki ai I tō tātou nei Pāti. Those are the 3 representations that I have that I've put as stickers because I'm probably the only Gen Z in this whole Parliament. And the brother over there. And so. However, going back to the bill, going with my 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, how can I must still acknowledge Mahuta, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta, who championed this kaupapa of Māori Wards into the House many years ago. And I wanted to actually quote from my submission 2 years ago that I made at the Hamilton District, or the Hamilton City Council at that time, pleading to councillors at that time to implement Māori Wards. Now we're here in Parliament and they can potentially be removed or referendum. My message at that time to those councillors, and ironically at that time, Brian Hamilton was a councillor on the Hamilton City Council at that time and heard my submission. And I think the reasonings why I give the submission to the House is because it gives greater context as to why it is so important to implement treaty partnership relationships, which was one of my questions to the Minister earlier on. My message is we are the first generation since Raupatu to speak our language. To attend wharekura, we have no choice but to be the first. We will be the first to speak, the generation to speak in this council. So out of all cases you hear today, which one is going to make us the first? Which one is going to matter 160 years from now so that our generations will have a voice and be heard? Because if this council does not let us speak, I will make sure that our voices never die out. We are here today to find a solution to the problem and unite under kingitanga through kotahitanga. I ended my speech with this proverb from our Māori king. Takukupu kia koe manuwhiri, kohi a ngā maramara o te waka, kia tōpu, kia tō aro, waiho mā waho hei whera, he koko pika tau. My advice to you, manuwhiri, is to gather the remains of our tribes before your presence. Let others divide them, your task is to unite them. I left with my statement, now where is my seat at this table? I left the council demanding that day for a seat for our people. The next reading, there was a unanimous support for Māori Wards from also MP of Hamilton East or West? East, Ryan Hamilton. So hopefully you oppose this bill tonight. Ironically, at the time, I vividly remember 2 years later, we found a seat in Parliament.
Yes.
I vividly remember being asked by one of the councillors at the time, do you not see mana motuhake being presented here today in this debating chamber? I replied, absolutely not. The only Māori that are here is the ones making your cup of teas, the daola pōwhiri, or doing your karakia. That is the problem, and that is the reason why we need Māori Wards. Yes. There were so many other ethnicities on that council table at the time. Indian, South African, Pākehā, which I thought was absolutely beautiful. But there was nowhere to be seen was the treaty partner. And that's what brings me to my question previously that I asked the Minister. When the government was formalised and officially became the Government of New Zealand, they automatically assumed their obligation to the treaty partner. So my question is, how does removing the right of removing the Māori wards to local government representation constitute good or appropriate treaty partner behaviour within this bill? Tēnā rā tātou.
Question for